Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between a Jaedong and Musapa here on Third World, a map we've been on before. It's a very recent map in the map pool of Brood War, StarCraft Remastered. And let's go ahead and introduce these players. Bottom left-hand corner is the blue Protoss player. His name is Musapa. And in the top right-hand corner is the brown Zerg player. It's going to be Jaedong, or Jaedragoima, whatever. It's Jaedong. Got this off of the foreign Brood War Discord server. Again, if you'd like to be invited to the foreign Brood War Discord server for English-speaking fans of StarCraft and StarCraft Remastered, hit me up. I'll put it in the comments. I'll put it, actually, the description is a better place for it. In the description, you can join. You can get access to tons of VODs. You can find out when tournaments are being played. Get access to replays like the one we're looking at right now. And for those of you who are asking... Oh, this is hard. For those of you who are asking me to supply the replay of everything that I cast, it's, I don't know, man. It's a lot for me to do. It's another thing on the list of things I have to keep track of, and I can't really promise anything like that. But I can tell you this one came from a replay pack on that very server. So if you want access to those, go for that. And Team Liquid is the other place I go for replays for Brood War. So I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if you want access to that server, and if not, it's cool. We can move along. All right. So again, this is Third World. This is a map with kind of two separate tile sets, two separate sections, all split in half diagonally. And the only thing that can walk across to the other half of the map are probes. We have these little, I don't think we have one revealed yet, but here, it's a little gate. Only probes can go up here. So if you want to harass, you want to expand up here, you have to send a probe up, and or a probe or a drone, I guess. And if you want to harass it, you actually have to get flight. You actually have to get a shuttle, right, if you're Musapa here, or Dropper Lords, to get across here, to drop down here and actually mess with it. So it's kind of an interesting idea, interesting concept for a map. Apparently it's been fairly popular in that there are a lot of replays out here that are on Third World. It's not a gimmicky thing where we don't see players actually ever playing on it because it's too weird. I think it counts for something that is interesting and different, but not so different that people don't ever want to actually match up on it. Anywho, we're going for a gateway first out of Musapa. No Nexus first place or play from him, although I think he could maybe get away with it. I kind of like that Jaedong's expanding up here first. It's really interesting, because for Zerg, what that means is your production is up here too. Half of your production is up here, and half of your production can't get through this little gate. So it's almost like he's planning on going for some drop lords, maybe for a quick muta. That almost is a tell that we're going to see mutas here out of Jaedong, because mutas don't care about your gates. Mutas can fly. Anyway, Zealot's going to push on up. That spawning pool is just about done. Got to get some lings out now, because friendly Mr. Zealot is on the way, and he is actually not friendly at all. So 3 sets of Zerglings on the way from Jaedong in response. He should be fine with that. Expanding back home is Musapa here. And the drone, are you going for a quick third, or are you just actually Maynarding over to that base? Looks like it's a Maynard. See, shoop, right past the double Tracy's Armory, by the way. Very interesting stuff here. So Probe and Zealot fighting on this ramp, and the Lings can't get us around here. What interesting placement out of Musapa. I kind of like it. No, can only one Zergling attack this guy? That's no. Really? Can only one Zergling attack our friend here at a time? Oh my gosh, it looks like it is. Look at him actually keeping these dudes inside because of the incredible cost effectiveness of these Zealots in the situation. That's amazing. I love this play out of Musapa. What a great player this is. Casted before, he is very solid for sure, especially towards the later years of StarCraft. And I mean, I'm not surprised by this at all. Jaedong's basically like, hey, you can come up that ramp if you want. We'll surround you and kill you. And Musapa's like, nah, I'm good. I am good. Thank you for the invite, though. Meanwhile, back home, we have... What can I click on this? There we go. It's a Forge on the way. Interesting first choice. I mean, Cybernetics Core isn't quite done yet. I thought it was. Yeah, man. That is a death place. That is a death place for you guys. 2 kills and 2 kills each on these Zealots. Jaedong's like, I don't know. He has so many Zerglings. Look at this. The drones are going to come down. They're going to try to attack here. Try to actually absorb some of these shots and actually end up getting killed there too. Wow. All right, so this guy ends up with 4 kills, gets crushed. The Zealots are down, but I think they definitely paid for themselves there. And the Lings are moved across the map. And if we have these Lings, we might as well use them for something. But guess what's coming up? Cannons. There's a Spire for Jaedong back in his main base. There it is. And yeah, so far so good. We're going to go to base. Well, again, it could be muted, but the second gas is not up there at the natural base. Plus a lot of Lings came out. So the Lings are going to hammer on this as long as they can until these cannons come up, which is right now. That first cannon is going to start warping on in. I don't think we're going to lose a gateway. it's going to be close. Oh my gosh, they got it. They got the gateway, but another one comes in immediately. Musapa with a perfect reaction there. Throws up another one. The Lings don't like it, but they got a free gateway out of it, so that's going to slow down the production of Musapa quite nicely. So yeah, at this stage, with the number of gas Jaedong is using, it's just going to be Corsairs. Well, we're going to be Scourge to deal with the Corsairs that are coming out here from Musapa. There's your third at 5 minutes. Jaedong a little bit late on that expansion timing, I would have to say. He really needs to drone up here. All these Lings have done nothing. I was going to say effectively nothing, but they did kill a gateway. They did kill a couple zealots, so they have put in some work here today, but just not enough. Not enough, I'd have to say here. Anyway, so the Lings can't get through here either. It's really just 100% workers that can make it through these little gates. All right, where are we then? We got a Corsair cruising out across the map. There are Scourge in production and popping right about now. Maybe over here now? Yeah, over there now. So Corsair's going to come up and try to see what it can see, and then recognize there are probably Scourge out because this is Jaedong, so let's head on home and get to the safety of our cannons. Thank you very much. And trying to... Oh, actually came around from the front. It took it down. Well done, Jaedong. Nicely played there, good sir. I'm loving that. First Corsair goes down, and a fourth base here for the Zerg player too. So he's going to go for a 4-base opener. He is risking a little bit here, recognizing he does not have much of a ground army, if any kind of a ground army at all. And as a result, if the ground army pushed right about now from Musapa, he'd have a hard time dealing with it. But nope, look at this. We're just probing up. We're getting a robotics facility now, but we really only have the one gateway and a bunch of Corsairs. And as long as we can handle those 4 bases is totally viable right now. Jaedong reading the situation perfectly. I'm liking it a lot. He's not expanding again, is he? Jaedong, you madman. Are you seriously going for a 5th base at 6 minutes? That 3rd base was late, and he is making up for lost time like you would not believe. Like you would not believe. Is he gonna... Is he just scouting with this? I guess you could just be scouting with the drone, recognizing that you can't scout with much else here other than the drones and overlords, and bam! Oh, fifth hatch, dude. 3rd hatch done. 4th hatch almost done. 5th hatch on the way from Jaedong. This is looking really bad for the Musapa. So, robotics facility is just about done here. Corsair group looking kind of intimidating as there are double gates pumping those right now. What the? Something it can't... That must have been a cancel. There's no way that was a dead building. Right? I hope that was a cancel. Alright, so anyway, we got the Scourge flying around. The Corsair group is getting a little bit, again, a little bit large here. Despite the one that died, we do have 5 of them, which is a pretty decent number. Shuttles in production, too, going for +1 air weapons. Decent hit. Ah, no hits. No hits at all there. Nice target firing from those Corsairs to shut those guys down. Now, what you need here is to keep the Overlords alive. And other than that, I don't know that there's much that you really need to do here from Jaedong. Just drone your face off. That is the thing with this Corsair opening. As long as you can deal with keeping your Overlords alive with Spore Colonies and Scourge, you're gonna be just fine. You can drone up a lot. You could tech up. You could expand a bunch. Because Corsairs can't kill buildings. They are not good at killing buildings. They cannot actually hit buildings at all. And as a result, they are horrible at this. They might be the worst unit at killing buildings in the entire Protoss arsenal. Because, again, they can't shoot buildings at all. 5 mutas on the way, which I find a little bit odd from Jaedong. I don't know why he would do this when his Corsairs are out. He doesn't have a huge Scourge count. Not like he's going crazy with Scourge here, and especially since they're flying over cannons and dying. Right, they get the scout off, but other than that, they just got lost. And here we go. Here's the unload. Here's the shuttle unload, and the Zealots are here. They're attacking, and nothing on the ground can deal with this. And that's why the mutas are here. The mutas are here to deal with this, I suppose, but... Man alive, the Corsairs are in numbers. More Scourge are popping out to try to deal with those, but I don't think he knows where they are. The Corsairs have not really revealed themselves at this point. Musapa hiding them exceptionally well. Yeah, so here we go. So the mutas are trying to deal with these Zealots. The Lings are here too. That's going to be enough, and there we go. Getting on out of there. Decent hits on the Scourge. Still a whole bunch remaining, though. Still 5 of them remaining. Got Scourge chasing Corsair that are up here trying to join the battle. Oh, turning around. They took one out. They turned around and took one out. That was trailing the whole play there. But yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. If you handle the Corsairs, and yes, you might get dropped a little bit with some Zealots, but it's nothing like a huge push that's going to wreck you at any stage here. These Lings, I don't know. There's really not much else they can do. They're burrowing. That's nice. We saw Jaedong researching burrow previously here, so they can hide and at least be aware of when big ground army attacks come out of Musapa here. 3rd base now warping in for Musapa. Jaedong happily mining the gas, retrieving the gas off of 4 of his bases. Hasn't... There we go. Now he's saturating his 5th. So he's going for a huge gas play. Just so many Mutalisks, man. He's got 3 more coming on in right now. In addition to this group of 9 of them that he's got in the sky. The Mutalisks are definitely owning the skies right now. Another drop, though. Another drop. Is this... Oh, this is Reaver drop. This is Reaver drop action. The Lings are not going to be enough for this. That's for sure. Scourge, though. Oh! The Scourge hits were real. How we doing, guys? There's 6 of you remaining. Some of you are injured a little bit more than others there, but that was a nice save. Scourge just diving right on top of those guys and murdering as many as they could. Sunken, yep, that's a Sunken defending his 5th. So Jaedong does have the static defense to some extent, not really worrying about spore colonies at all. I'm surprised the Corsairs haven't been taking advantage of this, but I guess they are worried again about the Scourge count that is out right now. Oh man, it's another huge group of Scourge cruising on down here, and where are they? They're trying to find that shuttle. Oh, the Corsairs, actually. So that was pretty good stuff. How many Corsairs are remaining? 3 more Scourge cruising on in. The cannons are helping with this, too. Mutas tried to make something happen. I don't think that was a great idea. There's only 5 remaining. They're all severely injured. Again, these Corsairs do have that +1 attack, which is really, really useful for them. Ground units ended up having any attacks at all. Nope, no attacks at all for the ground gateway units. And I don't think there are any flyer attacks here on the Mutas either. They just have the... Okay, so they have the +2 air carapace, but no attack upgrades yet for the Mutas. Switching into Hydralisk right now, it seems like a pretty good choice considering how much air there is here, although not that great of a choice if there are a lot of Reavers on the ground. It's a balance. It's a balancing game is what it is. So we're going to try to dive... I think he wants to dive in here, kill enough of the Corsairs and the cannons that then it can take out the shuttle here and the Reavers and everything will be cool. But I don't know. I don't know if that's entirely possible or not. Muta's diving on in, taking down this cannon inside the main base, defending the probes. That's the only thing defending the probes right now. And the Scourge getting really nice hits off. But there are still 7 Corsairs here. And the Mutas have to get the heck on out. There is no way they can stand versus 7 Corsairs with that +1 attack and doing that splash damage. They are mean. They are mean, mean, mean units. And more Scourge here. Bam, 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 bam. And I'm hearing Mutalisks die, but also Corsairs are dying here too. This has been a really nice back and forth. Nobody really taking the upper hand at all at this stage here. It's just Scourge Muta, finally making 6 Hydras. Jaedong is working on that Hydralisk production, getting the range upgrade, missile attack upgrade, and range upgrade. There's Groove Spines there to make sure that they can attack from the air. Look at just... the Scourge are getting hits, but there's too many. There are still too many Corsairs. The Mutas are just getting obliterated here. There are 5 of them remaining, and it's just continued Scourge production, trying to deal with these guys, and doing a pretty good job of it, but there's a lot of Mutas that have died here. So Jaedong has been on a greater economy for sure. He's been 5-basing it for quite some time. A lot of gas income that's allowed him to afford all of these Scourge and all of these Mutalisks, but he's not winning engagements. He's not really killing probes. He's not really slowing down the economy of Mutsapa here. It's 101 to 97 supply. So pretty darn even at this stage of the game, 13 minutes in. Jaedong is generally behind in a more traditional style game, but that's not what this is. This is not turning a traditional ZVP that I've seen on the channel in the past here, man. Those Hydras, remember what I said about the Hydra versus the Reaver? That's exactly what we've been talking about here. The 4th base of Jaedong is going to go down. Is that a macro hatch? That is a macro hatch. It's going to go down here too. It looks like to the Zealots. I mean, there's really nothing saving this at all. I mean, sure, the Hydras are taking down Musapa's 4th, which is fine. But this Corsair group, this is the most consistent Corsair production I've seen out of a Protoss, I think, ever on the channel. And the Hydra tech switch might mark the end of this Corsair production, as Hydras absolutely eat Corsairs alive for breakfast and dinner and lunch. Gonna supply block Jaedong here? Not really. Not supply blocking, but only because he's down to 88 supply right now. Man, those Scourge are not getting hits here. Musapa is looking really great, you guys. Really fantastic. He's taking down this 4th like it's made of paper mache. Zerg units are sometimes considered to be made of paper mache. The Hydras are just waiting for Corsairs to fly past as they are rallying and just destroying them instantly. That is hilarious. That is so funny to me. More Hydras. More Hydras. That's what you got to do. Scourge not getting those hits off. We've established before, if Scourge explode with red blood, they didn't get that explosive gas going, that green stuff, inside their bodies. And as a result, they didn't hurt anything. They just straight up died instead. It's hard to tell with the suicide units if they actually did damage upon death or not. I'm really surprised. There we go. Jaedong is taking his 6th down there in the bottom right. I was going to say, I'm surprised he hasn't taken that more recently. Generally, we do see Zergs take this one as a 3rd, maybe a 4th, but as your 6th just seems really, really late here. The Zealots not quite sure where they want to go. They decide to head on over. They don't have the charge upgrade. They don't have the attack upgrade either, and there are enough mutas here to shut them down. So the 3rd base is being attacked. Some drones will die just because mutas take their time. Mutas take their time killing Zealots. And sure, some of these guys, some of the drones will get cleared out there. Maybe 1 or 2 at the most. Again, Scourge hits pretty good. It's got some green in there. That's what Jaedong wants to see. 102 to 101 supply. Jaedong's recovered nicely from losing a ton of supply there just a couple of minutes ago. He is doing okay for himself. He does have the Hive technology. He is working on Plague. He's got the Defiler Mound, obviously. And he's working on just so many Hydralisks. He's going mass Hydra here. But again, the Reaver composition, you struggle against that a bit if you're Musapa here. The Reaver composition is going to be really great for you. The Hydras are going to struggle versus the Reavers. If you can Plague the Reavers, it's really useful. Were those a couple... What was that? What just died here? Those were drones. They sounded like drones dying, but I don't know why they'd be here at Musapa's 4th. Seems very odd indeed. Oh, Hydra drop action. Here we go. Trying to take down these Overlords before they unload all of the Hydras in here. So the Overlords die. Reavers. Defensive Reavers in the mix as well, though. The Hydras are trying to run around and stay away from the Reavers as best they can. They want to get the shuttles. I don't think it's going to happen, man. Ow. Gosh. Try to split them. That's what we're doing here is the split. At the very least, we're costing 25 minerals per Hydralisk killed, which is not a great trade. It turns out, if you are Jaedong, but that's okay. Hydra's attacking at the front door a little bit here. Trying to find a place where they can attack without taking, there we go, without taking direct cannon shots. And in fact, they are. The 4th base of Musapa is getting attacks here as well. It's looking really good with the Hydralisk, the Hydra play out of Jaedong, getting some major victories here. That Cybernetics core is down. Reavers are present. And the Scarab is getting held up by the Zealot, but doesn't actually explode because that's not how that works. All right, man. So 4th base still alive here. By the power of Reavers, Musapa managed to hold this 4th base, which is really, really important because, again, Jaedong is sitting on 6. And a Protoss on 4 bases can hold his own there, but a Protoss on 3 is not going to be able to do much, as it turns out. Disruption Web being researched. What is going on? Oh, trying to land on this high ground, but guess who's here already? The Reavers! The Reavers are here already. And all the Hydras die. That was incredible. Is that +2 flyer attack? How many flyers do we even have here? Oh, the Reaver Corsair composition. Kind of amazing. A Zergling dies there. Jaedong still happily sitting on 6 bases, man. He's not even bothering with the gas at his 6th. He has so much in the bank, about 2,000 there. Sitting pretty. Do we have any air units where we can check their upgrades, you guys? I'm trying to figure this out. I don't think there are any Scourge left. I don't think there are any Mutalisks left. Why is he getting the upgrade? Seems very, very strange to me. Reaver drop at the 4th base again. I think this hatch is dead, but guess what? Hydra's coming in from all angles to Mutsapa's 5th. And the cannons are holding their own to some extent here, but there are just too many Hydras remaining at this stage of the game. I think this is just a trade. I think Musapa thought about coming back to save it, but no, this Nexus is going to die. The Reavers have set up. They just need to... There we go. There we go. They do take down the hatchery. It's exactly what they wanted. A 1-to-1 destruction scenario there. Kind of trying to head on over, get some more damage done somewhere else, flying where they can't find us. The Mutas. There we go. The Mutas currently have +1. They're going for +2. Reavers pretty much unsupported. Never mind. The Corsairs are present. They're going after Jaedong's 3rd base, and it's not looking good. It is not looking good for Jaedong here. It is 142 to 120 supply. He's got the lead, but a lot of this is in Scourge, which aren't going to help very much against these Reavers. A lot of this is in Hydras, which aren't going to help very much versus these Reavers. If these 2 bases go down, suddenly Jaedong is in a world of trouble. The Mutas do finally dive on in here and wipe them out. Where did this Corsairs go? Oh, I think we must have missed a Scourge hit or something. We were really busy watching those Reavers, and suddenly Scourge must have come in and wiped those guys out, or they chased them away at the very least. They're right here. They just abandoned their Reaver buddies. Oh, that sucks. So, I mean, a lot of Scourge have died to cannons in this game. A lot of Scourge have died to cannons in this game. But I think Jaedong can afford it, just because, again, he's been down 6 bases. Sure, he just lost his 4th, and his 3rd base is looking a little bit bleedy. We are sitting on 300 hit points out of 1,800 on that lair. I assume the hive is in the... Where the heck did he put his hive? There's your queen's nest. Was that... Wait, was that not Plague I was looking at there? Defiler Mound? I could have... Oh, no. I think I got that confused with the upgrade for Reaver Scarab damage. I'm an idiot. I was looking at the wrong thing. Check this action out. Disruption Web being used. Oh my gosh. This is incredible stuff right now. Alright, so we've got Mutas fighting, Scourge fighting, Reavers wrecking everything. The Disruption Web is doing terrible things to these Hydralisks. But enough Mutas are here to take out everything that's on the ground, so the Reavers are going to die. And yeah, man, we're 20 minutes in. Jaedong is not on Hive technology. I thought for sure he was by that point, but no, he's got the Queen's Nest. He's going for Ensnare. He's going for actual Queens and not bothering with Hive technology. Suddenly the tech switch back into Mutas. Do they have that +2? They're working on the +2. They are working on it indeed. Alright, so the problem here for Mutsapa is he is mined out of his natural base. His main's looking okay, surprisingly, and his 3rd's looking okay too, but his 4th base has not been reclaimed at all. Zealots, slow Zealots, by the way, are trying to head over and get rid of Jaedong's 6. That's not going to work out for them. They're just chased away for the most part. Yeah, back to the cannons. Back to the cannons with you, but guess who's back? Reavers. Reavers are back in action here. And they are... Do they have detection? I don't know if they have... They don't. They're just getting splash. Is what they're getting right now. Oh, man. Larva die so fast to Reaver Scarabs. It's kind of insane. What are the upgrades on these guys? Upgrades are... Still no hack upgrades at all. No Forger upgrades whatsoever here. That's kind of amazing. Reaver dropping in right in range of a Sunken. Not exactly where you want to be if you're a Reaver. You are a glass cannon. You hit hard, but you do not take much damage before you're dead. The Corsair group is so big right now. That Ensnare not only slows down the Corsair fly speed, but also reduces their attack speed too. Oh, the humanity! Oh! Wow, I thought that was over for Mutsapa, but no, he's fine. He's got +2 Corsairs, thanks very much. He just wiped out Jaedong's entire air army. Another huge group of Scourge are here, though. And 1, 2, 3 lonely Corsairs remain. 127 is 77 supply. I think that's generally what you can do. The Reavers, did they take out this base? They took out this base while that battle happened along the left side. Where did they go? Who killed them is what I'd like to know here. Man, Jaedong is just scourging it up so hard right now and absolutely trading well. I would not say he's traded exceptionally well this entire game, but he has had enough resources to trade poorly and still win. Oh, man. All right, Mutsapa is trying to replace his 4th here. The single Scourge is scouting this. It's 133 to 71 supply. And the Scourge are, like, they're out for blood. What can we kill here is the question. There's not many targets for them, dare I say. I'm trying to find stuff for them to kill, and there aren't any Corsairs, that's for sure. Or there was one. There was a Corsair, but he's dead now. And here comes the Hydra drop right on top of the Reavers. You can take several of our friends, but you're not going to get all of them. Thank you very much. I think that's your GG. Mutsapa needed that 4th base. He couldn't hold it. There are too many Hydras. Jaedong making it work. The Reavers on the right side are going to take down the 6th base, but there's just too much income otherwise here. I think out of Jaedong. 127 to 51 supply. He's doubling up and then some. The Reavers are getting rocked, and that's your good game. Mutsapa taps out, and Jaedong is your winner in 23 minutes and 55 seconds. Good stuff. Good stuff all the way around there from both of these players. That was a fantastically interesting ZVP. I don't know if I've ever cast a game where that many Corsair out, that many Corsairs running around, that many Scourge running around, that many Mutas running around in that composition in a ZVP. It was a ton of fun. I love Mutas. I wish they had more to do, honestly, in StarCraft. But yeah, the Hydras getting out were pretty good. They had +2, +1 upgrades. Not incredible by any stretch of the imagination. the Scourge here making stuff happen with their +2 armor, harder to kill that way. And yeah, man, it came down to this huge battle that weakened a ton of the Corsairs, the battle that wiped out the rest of them down here, and then that was it. I mean, it was we were relying on unupgraded Zealots with no charge, no attack upgrades, no armor upgrades whatsoever, and a couple Reavers to make this happen against Jaedong, who is, I mean, he took some hits, man. He did end up losing his 5th base at the top left. He ended up losing his 3rd base, which was a problem. His 4th base rather. His 3rd base was under attack too, but he did manage to hold on to that. And several attacks down here at his 6th, but again, managed to hang on to that one too. So great job by him just weathering the storm there, and the splash was Reavers, which generally pretty good against Hydras, but I guess this is why we see more storm than anything else in ZVP, is that particular reason. And, cool stuff. All right, well, I'm interested in seeing Jaedong's economy at the very least here. Let's take a look. So, units, 596 units produced by Jaedong versus 175 from Mutsapa. Resources here, he mined 7,000 more gas, 7,000 more gas, 7,000 more minerals, and 9,000 more spent overall compared to Mutsapa. So yeah, he lost a lot here. He lost 268 units compared to 137 out of Mutsapa, but he had enough to spend here to where he could afford it. And that's kind of, it's the Zerg slogan, man. It's what they do, is just make a ton of units, throw them at your enemy. You're going to lose more, right? Lose more than you kill. But in the end, you have more bases that you're trying to do anyway, and you can afford it. We've seen it backfire on Zergs before, but not today. So fun stuff for sure. I really enjoyed casting that one. I hope you enjoyed watching it, because that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.